Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we're going to do a reading for Aries. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. The first couple of cards that I've pulled for you, Aries, are from the Gypsy Oracle deck. We have joyfulness, so some sort of celebration or kind of like almost unexpected joy. So maybe you've gone through a pretty difficult time in your life where, especially with the Five of Wands in the reverse, you may have been dealing with external issues, but I think the bigger issue was an internal or an inner conflict that you needed to address. And I feel like you have. So there's like a sense of things becoming easier or better after, I think, doing some serious healing or introspection on what had been holding you back. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of enchantment. I already said I hope you're having a wonderful day, but I'm going to say it again. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're going to, I think, do a little bit more with the Rider-Waite or the OG. These new candles smell so good. I think I mentioned them in my last video. It's lavender scent, which is super calming. But I feel like they also just like doused it in the scent because usually you have to like, I don't know, what is it? Aries, look at you go. Devil in the reverse. You have let go of fears or codependency, maybe even addiction. There was something that was holding you back. You identified what it was and you worked through whatever trauma or healing applied to that. Oh my gosh. Temperance. This is all about reclaiming stability and having a good mix. So you may have had to kind of analyze the situation, the, landscape, if you will, and see if there were people that were in your life that maybe were holding you back or making you feel like you didn't have the ability to do what you needed to do. And you've righted whatever that situation was. I really feel like with the Five of Wands in the reverse, it's something internal that you dealt with, like an increase in confidence for you. Page of Wands in the reverse. So this can be about communication, but more so what I feel is self-talk. How you viewed yourself or how you spoke to yourself. I feel like you've done work on that. Maybe you used to be a big fan of self-deprecation, and I'm smiling because I love those kinds of jokes. But you made an effort to actually talk to yourself in a better way, and it's making a difference. You, I think, have been manifesting a more confident version of yourself. We have the Knight of Pentacles. This is slow moving energy. So this could be something that you felt maybe wouldn't happen, or that you were working really hard to reach the top of a mountain and you started to believe that the top of the mountain didn't really exist and you were just going to keep climbing and climbing, but you stuck with it. We have the Page of Cups in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles. This is just giving me somebody that was struggling to deal with their emotions, somebody that maybe went through a period of depression or, just like struggling to stick with whatever they were trying to accomplish. And the Two of Pentacles in the reverse is like, I have too much going on. I don't know how I can do justice to what I need to do regarding my mental health when I need to focus on my money. I feel like there was two things that were really stressing you out: the mental health element and the making money or balancing things out from a financial standpoint. We have Knight of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, you lacked the confidence to accept offers or make offers that you wanted. For others of you, you were a little bit more moody than you like to be, or a little bit more difficult to deal with. And it was holding you back from opportunities. Maybe you unintentionally were making it difficult for you to land a job because you were, maybe just a little bit too snarky or a little bit too weird. No judgment here. I like weird. But at some point, with the King of Pentacles and the Magician in the reverse, you realized you had the ability to do well, but you were holding yourself back. The Magician in the reverse, I see as just another iteration of talking to yourself or saying things that basically brought about a negative ending or a negative outcome. And I feel like at some point, someone told you, stop it. Talk to yourself with love and focus on the things that you want to have happen. And I think you listened, and I'm really glad you did. Because I feel like this Magician in the reverse is starting to dissipate. And we're seeing, especially because we have the Devil in the reverse and Temperance in the upright, we're seeing somebody who realizes they're very capable and realizes that they were selling themselves short. So we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. For some of you, you may have gained strength with choosing to drink less often, or choosing to smoke less often, or choosing to take fewer medications. There was something that was creating a difficult environment in your brain. And I feel like you addressed that. And if that's working for you, stick with that. Because I do see there's a mental clarity now. And it's helping you with the Queen of Cups. The clarity in your brain is helping you to be your loving, caring self again. So if you felt like you were a little bit difficult or moody, I feel like you made the connection that it was, I talk down to myself and I'm rude to other people because I'm trying to solve a problem by drinking or by smoking instead of actually solving the inner problem that I know I need to deal with. And that shift made such a big difference for you. I feel like now you may have even drawn in a Queen of Cups as a love opportunity. I feel like I'm talking to a masculine energy, but of course, take it how it resonates. I'm just going off of the King of Pentacles over here. And now, where you maybe in the past had been hesitant to make love offers or pursue anything seriously. Good morning, Moon Goddess. How are you? I feel like now there's a new, like, zest for life or desire to do things that you want to do. With the Page of Swords in the reverse, I feel like there's something about tax issues or legal issues on the financial side. So you may have an opportunity to actually address that once and for all. I feel like this Page of Pentacles is a new start in both fronts, because this is underneath both the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So this feels like I addressed the issues. Maybe I cut out drinking, something along those lines. Maybe I cut out a toxic friend group. And that has enabled me to see things from a different perspective. And now I can right the issues in my life. I can make things stable again. We're going to continue with the Egyptian tarot. Tips hat. I love it, Redbeard. How are you doing? We have the Seven of Swords. This is about, honestly, what I get is somebody kind of lying to themselves. We have the Knave of Wands in the reverse again. Same as the Page of Wands, by the way. Yeah, lying to yourself is really what I get here. We had somebody that I feel like I'm reading for somebody who's well educated and probably a lot nicer to others than they are to themselves. Now, that might not be true anymore. I feel like you've done a lot of work on this. But with the Seven of Swords, I feel like it's really relevant that we don't see any people in the Seven of Swords. Most of the Seven of Swords, you're going to see somebody who's like struggling to like take 7 swords or 5 and this is internal. This is lying to yourself or selling yourself short, even though you have what it takes. I mean, why do we have the King of Pentacles in the upright unless you have some serious skill or talent? You maybe have wanted to start your own business, but decided not to because it was maybe a little too risky for you financially. We have the Lovers in the reverse. So I feel like this was a non-decision decision where you just kind of put something on the back burner. You didn't really tell yourself no, but you didn't really do it justice either. Oh, interesting. So you guys, we have this is clarifying the Magician and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. And we have another seven in the reverse with the Seven of Wands in the reverse. And this is really hitting home the idea that however you were talking to yourself, however you viewed yourself was false. You were being overly harsh, overly critical. This could be as a result of growing up in a home where other people did that to themselves or to you. And I feel like you had to unlearn that language that you had learned and have a almost like a commitment to yourself that you would change that about yourself. You know, what can I do to improve how I view myself because this isn't working for me? And with the hawk here, I really do feel like a big part of it could have been your intuition or maybe even dreams. You might have been getting messages in your dreams to be a little bit nicer to yourself. Ace of Chalices. So the Ace of Chalices can get a little bit overly romanticized at times. We all want this to be some romantic situation. But what I'm seeing here is the number one and the number one. Somebody is getting a new beginning in life because they decided to give themselves some self love. Now, you can make all the jokes you want, but what I'm saying in particular is this is a really ornate Ace of Cups card. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Again, no other people. You have the Eye of Horus, and that is the only human thing on here. And I feel almost like a sense of ceremony here. Like somebody could even pinpoint a specific time where they maybe looked themselves in the mirror and said, "You're fucking rad. I'm going to start being nice to you because you deserve that." This is about loving yourself and that being the foundation to things getting better in your life. Because when you show yourself respect and love, you show others how you expect to be treated, and then you draw that in. So we have the Eight of Swords here. This is like the prisoner card, right? Somebody who normally you have somebody that's tied up, they can't see anything, and those swords are all around them. But instead, what we have, I love this, we have like the crocodile back there, right? I don't know, maybe it's an alligator. I'm pretty sure alligators are only in Florida. So I feel like in Egypt it's probably a crocodile, but we'll figure that out. More importantly, it's like, do you see how there's three swords surrounding this guy? Like almost like he's in a cage of swords, a cage of truth. I feel like somebody put the negative talk or like the devil that sits on your shoulder and says the things that you shouldn't be doing or thinking. And they put that bitch in a box and they're like, you know what? I'm sick of you. I'm sick of your bullshit. I'm actually a really awesome person and I'm going to start talking like that. So, you know, see you later. Somebody put, it's like somebody imprisoned that habit of being cruel to themselves and threw away the key. Like, no, we're done with this. And with the Ten of Swords and the Fool in the reverse, this is an end to punishing yourself, an end to being unnecessarily mean to yourself. The Ten of Swords is often depicted with somebody that has 10 swords in their back, right? But here we have the Eye of Horus basically kind of protecting itself from additional swords. It's like, I've already done enough damage. I know how to protect myself now. I'm not going to let other shit happen because I can control that. I can control how I talk to myself. I can control my thoughts. And I feel like that's made a big difference. The Fool in the Egyptian tarot, more than any other Fool in the decks that I have, represents somebody who might be getting punished. It's kind of like somebody who gets sent back to go in Monopoly. And I feel like this being in reverse is someone saying, because look, we have our crocodile again. Somebody saying, oh, no, I'm good. I'm not going to keep punishing myself. In fact, like I've leveled up. I'm no longer a fool. And I actually put that crocodile in a cage. So I think we're done here. Yeah. What next? I think maybe a little bit of Kipper to spice it up. What do you think, Aries? It's a little too soon for me. That might even be the same card. Unexpected income. Okay. Yeah, actually, I kind of want to put this up here. So you might have a promotion or a gift or an inheritance that's coming your way. I say inheritance because we have coffin. If you do lose anyone, my condolences, of course, and I send you a big hug. But this feels more like you ending this self-talk, this Ten of Swords. That's an ending, right? That's when the money starts to come in. When you start to believe in yourself and have a better outlook for yourself, that's when things change. We have occupation. So you may be, because this is falling underneath the coffin, you may be recently changed or you're about to change something pretty drastically in terms of what you do for money. So you might find a situation that is less stressful with toil and labor in the reverse, or maybe you just like what you do more. You might have a better boss. I just feel like there's going to be, at the very least, better pay, and it's not going to be as difficult. We have distant horizons and family room. You may get an opportunity to travel, or you may decide to move from, like, say, your hometown, if you live in your hometown, or you've been there for a while. There may be, for some of you, a change in terms of what tethers you to living in a certain location. You may get into a relationship and find that it makes sense for both of you to go somewhere else. But I feel like this is kind of saying keep your options open and don't get too tethered to one spot. We have main female in the reverse and bad health. For some of you, this feels like an ex or a cousin, somebody like that may be going through something difficult in terms of their health, and you may be in a position to help them. So you may be traveling to see somebody in your family that's not doing so well. Yeah, I think for a decent amount of you, you might be getting an inheritance because now we have wealthy man and it's right next to bad health. So if you have anyone near and dear to you that is not doing well, please make sure to reach out to them, visit them if you can. For some of you, I do feel like there may be a loss here. For others of you, because we've got main female in the reverse, this might be somebody who, you're related to, but you weren't very close with, that ends up leaving you something that's really going to be um, maybe a little bit shocking for you. Like, oh, I didn't expect that. But there's some need to balance the scales here for you. And I feel like after going through such a difficult time financially, there's like a windfall or a nice chunk of change that just kind of falls into your lap. We'll go with the Metamuse. Let's do it for Aries. Five of Wands in the upright. Interesting, because we had the Five of Wands in the reverse at the very outset of the reading. And we have the Hierophant in the reverse. Seven of Wands in the reverse. So this is kind of giving me the opposite vibes as the Devil in the reverse, kind of almost like a glimpse into your past, right? Because we know the dominant energy is the Five of Wands in the reverse. So this Five of Wands in the upright is, I think, representative of how you were treating yourself. And basically, this is, for those of you that are Christian, this is kind of making me think of like that whole your body is a temple concept, and that somebody was basically attacking their own temple. Somebody was either, maybe they were smoking too many cigarettes, maybe they were drinking hard liquor when they should drink, stick to beer. There was an attack on your person, on your body, and I feel like that was some sort of addiction that was trying to, in some strange way, address the mental, like the inner conflict that you had. And I feel like at some point you realized with the Seven of Wands in the reverse that what you were doing to try to address this issue was having zero impact, and you needed to change up how you were addressing what you felt or what you needed. And then that brings us to the Seven of Cups in reverse, right? Somebody deciding to eat better, drink less, work out more, whatever it is. We have the Star in the reverse. Ace of Cups. I like it. So I can tell that I haven't been setting myself up for success because I haven't been kind to myself. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to do some healing and take care of myself. And I'm going to be kind to myself the way that I would want others to treat me. And it's literally under the other Ace of Cups, you guys. I love this. And look at, I don't know about you, like I really did feel like this Ace of Cups from the Egyptian tarot was like ceremonial or beautiful in some regard. But look at how much bigger this cup is. It's like, oh yeah, no, I kept loving at myself. I needed a bigger cup. Please make fun of me for that. That's just awful. All right, what else do we have for Aries, please? We have the Prince of Cups and Death in the reverse. I love this. I feel like maybe I'm wrong, but this looks to me like a phoenix rising from the ashes, especially because we have Death in the reverse. This is like, nope, haven't died yet, so I might as well make the most of it. Like, I feel like you're maybe a little bit sarcastic or you have a little bit of a dark wit. But with this Prince of Cups and this obnoxiously sized cup that he's carrying. You guys, how ridiculous is that? Like, I know Photoshop isn't always nice to deal with, but this is hilarious to me. That's like literally bigger than his head. So I feel like you're being gifted with like the love of a lifetime. I feel like your decision to finally love on yourself and be good to yourself and respect yourself has helped you go through a transformation. And I'm sorry to say it, but the song that I'm hearing in my head right now is Cher, Do You Believe in Life After Love? So I feel like you may have gone through a really difficult separation or ending in love, and now you're being gifted with like divine love. I'm so excited for you. I kind of feel like we have to go with next we might have to take a couple of cards from the romance angel oracle, because there's a card in there that I feel like might come out for you, which is love yourself first. I feel like that's what you did, and it opened up a bunch of doors for you. You King of Cups. Is it just me, or are the cups getting bigger every time? I feel like they keep getting bigger. And I love, we've got a peacock in the background, and if you remember the phoenix from the 2 cards ago, it was just kind of outlined. It wasn't fully fleshed out, and here we have a peacock in, I would say, all its glory. Maybe a little bit of a shadow there, but it's like somebody feels more themselves, and as a result they're a magnet for other people. People can tell that you love on yourself, that you enjoy being who you are, and that draws new opportunities for you. And then we have the Six of Cups. This is coming out to me as like a soulmate. So for some of you, this could even be like a past life soulmate, where you feel like you just, like within the first day, somehow you felt like you knew each other a long time, and it doesn't really make sense to you, but you love it. This is such a sweet reading, Aries. We have Justice in the reverse. Two of Wands in the reverse. This is some misfortune or difficult situation that was as a result of bad planning. So you may have had something in your work or your love life that was really difficult to get over, and it felt like it was just because you didn't approach it right. And it may have got you in this period of feeling stagnant, like you wanted to analyze the situation, like, how did this go wrong? I thought everything was right. And I feel like at a certain point, now remember, the Seven of Cups could also be about, drinking a little bit too much or doing something that, distracts you. But I feel like at some point the haze kind of cleared, and you realized that you needed to forgive yourself and move forward instead of like living in the past. We have the King of Pentacles coming out again. So you may have Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo somewhere else in your chart. But I think this is mostly communicating that you're realizing you needed to change something with regards to your work. Maybe a different career path, a different employer, a different track, whatever it was, you changed it. And now you have a different perspective. This is so beautiful, you guys. With the Eight of Swords in the reverse, that's freeing yourself from a situation that was holding you back. We have the Ten of Wands in the reverse, and the World also in the reverse, and Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like there's a sense that you were able to let go of something that had overly burdened you or kind of overwhelmed you. You figured out how to let go of that. but still kind of carry on. Like this world in the reverse is like, oh, hey there, pirate. How are you doing? This is like figuring out I don't need to be upset because I still learned from whatever I invested in. I still became a better person or more skilled as a result of that. And I'll take what I learned and I'll move forward because, like, the show ain't over yet kind of vibe. The Hierophant. I feel like that's you standing in your power. Six of Cups in the reverse. This might be a little bit of a warning. Don't slip back into old ways. Like, kind of like stay in the Hierophant energy. Don't go back to what you used to do. If you have a particularly difficult day, or if somebody really gets on your nerves, or if you lose somebody that is really important to you, remember to identify what things help you stay grounded. For example, I love to do yoga. I love to sit and admire a river or a lake. Being near water is really helpful for me. Any of those things that you've identified for yourself, I feel like you already know because you have been working on healing and you have been good to yourself. Make sure you stay committed to those things. And when things get difficult, if there is, in fact, some major loss here for you, ground yourself and then figure out how you want to move forward, right? Because there's a temptation at some point for you to slip back into being unkind to yourself. And I do not support that action, sir. All right. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Oh, wait, no. I got to pull from the Romance Angel Oracles and see if that Love Yourself First card comes out for you guys. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Ooh, you might be getting some, you guys. We got some passion here. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And then Aries, we have, it is safe for you to love. Doesn't that even kind of like, I don't know, it looks like an empress being guided by little cherubs. Oh my gosh. All right, we'll pull one more for you guys. Two came out. Heart-to-heart conversations and deception. So this was, it felt like this. And I feel the message here is you may be expecting to find deception or disloyalty, but if you have an honest conversation, you'll know whether or not this is actually a problem. But we have, it's safe for you to love. So this kind of comes out as a little bit self-sabotagey, like, oh, I know that I might have a little bit of a tendency to assume the worst in a love situation. So I just need to have an open mind, let go of any control issues, and then have a heart to heart conversation. But for maybe a few of you, you do have to be a little bit cautious. You might have a choice in love and you need to figure out which person is being honest with you. Hello there, Christina. How are you doing? You're coming in right at the tail ending, but I'm probably going to hop right back on and do the Leo reading. So I hope you guys enjoyed the reading and that you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be back shortly with the Leo reading. All right. See ya.